Hey guys, I know it's been a little bit of time since I've done an episode of On the Shelf. I've been caught up with other things, one in which is I've been buying more stuff to put on my shelf. So it's been kind of difficult to keep up. But we're going to keep rolling along. We're actually still pretty early into my shelf. We just finished up Batman The Long Halloween and Batman Dark Victory. And so we are still in Batman territory. We're going to be in Batman territory for a little while. So we're going to try to push through these a little bit quicker just because there's so many. And a lot of them I think I've already shown off. So we're going to do two kind of just almost random trades right now. The first of which is Batman 66 Volume 5. This one I have on my shelf only because, for one, I haven't read it. Not yet, at least. The other thing is I got this at Warner Brothers when I was working there. So this is one of the free books that I got in the mailroom when I used to go check on that stuff. And I heard these are pretty good. So I wanted to try it out. And I figured, Volume 5 is random. However, they don't really continue on throughout they don't continue from volume to volume. It's not like you're looking at like a Scott Snyder run or something or Grant Morrison's run where you're wanting to read every single volume in succession to get the full story. This is these kind of have their own stories in them. I flipped through it. I haven't really read, like I said, I haven't read anything from it yet. I'm looking to soon. But they've introduced like Harley Quinn and all kinds of fun characters that were never in the TV show. I love the art. This is by Jeff Parker, Ray Fox, a couple other people. there's actually quite a few writers and artists on this. First one's a Halloween story, but I thought, I'll read this at some point. I love the texture of the cover. It's like fantastic, like high quality. I don't know what it is. I keep wanting to. There's like, I don't know, but you got Solomon Grundy and Clayface on the front, as you can see, and I think that's really kind of cool because those are yet again more characters we never saw in the actual series. I have the complete Batman 66 series, and I haven't watched it in a really long time, but I've been getting more and more into this. And the other thing that's really fun about this is they just announced in between episodes of this. They just announced they're going to be doing Superman 78 and Batman 89 as a digital first title for DC, which is really exciting because I am very much looking forward to those, especially Superman 78. I know everyone's going crazy about Batman 89. As much as I grew up with that movie, I actually grew up with Batman Forever. I'm an early 90s baby, so I wore out my VHS of Batman Forever. And if you have a lot of criticism about that movie, I highly recommend watching High Top Alex. He's way more popular than me. Way more popular than me. He has quite a few subscribers and views on his videos. He just posted a video on YouTube yesterday about Batman Forever and why you shouldn't discredit that movie. So look into that. But we're getting on a tangent here. All I wanted to say really is that I'm just excited to see Superman 78 because that is my favorite Superman, and read that. And I'm also going to read Batman 89, of course. But Batman 66 is also here, and I want to read this as well. I know there's a Wonder Woman as well. I think Wonder Woman 77, but I like those. I think that's a really fun idea, especially since DC's really trying to embrace their multiverse and embrace that kind of stuff. I think having all of these different eras of characters is really fun. So, Batman 66 Volume 5, I have not read it, but I recommend checking these out because I hear they're fun. And then the other issue we're going to go over today is Batman Scarecrow Tales. This is a trade that came out in the 2000s, and it's actually not in print anymore. I got this a long time ago. I got this for Christmas, I think, when I was a kid. Scarecrow was one of my favorite Batman villains, and I always thought he wasn't very utilized, especially early on. And he still really hasn't, I don't think, had a good full-on comic book arc yet. Obviously he was in Batman Begins, and he's had a little bit more in media that you can go to, but he hasn't really had his due, I don't think, yet, where he's had his Craven's Last Hunt, for lack of a better way of putting it. This just collects many different Scarecrow stories throughout the Scarecrow era. I'm trying to remember. You can tell this is old. It has the 90s DC logo on it, which is fun. I love that logo. But let's see. So they kind of have this fun little personal data thing on Jonathan Crane and kind of what he's all about. And then they just jump into this. And to be honest with you, I don't remember. I don't think they even say. Oh, they do. Okay, so there's a Who's Who. That's what the bio is. That's from the Who's Who of the 1980s. Riddle the Human Scarecrow by Bill Finger, art by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, and George Rissos. Then there's a pinup from the Who's Who. Fright of the Scarecrow from Batman number 189 with by Gardner Fox and artist Bob Kane. Then there's more pinups. The Scarecrow's Trial of Fear, which is Batman 282 from 1975, which is by Denny O'Neil, the legendary Denny O'Neil. Scarecrow's Fearsome Face-Off, which was from 1976. Elliot S. Megan with the story. 6 Days of the Scarecrow, which is Batman or Detective Comics 503 from 1981, which was written by Jerry Conway, the great Jerry Conway. Another pinup, Fear for Sale, Batman or Detective Comics 571 from February 1987 by Mike W. Barr, and pencils by Alan Davis. Mistress of Fear, Scarecrow and Villains number 1, which is from 1988, by Peter Milligan. Fear of Success from 2002 by Devin Grayson, with Roger Robinson as in the pencil. So it goes pretty far, as you can see. So when you look, you start here, you got the Bob Kane art from the original kind of Scarecrow stories. And then you have, as you go along, you're just going to get more and more into different art. Now, the one person who is not in this is Neil Adams, which I think is quite interesting, because when you think of Denny O'Neil in Batman, you think of Neil Adams. The art was not done by Neil Adams. Who was it done by? I think maybe I didn't. Ernie Chua. So there's no, that was just an issue that did not have Neil Adams. But you can tell, as you go along, the art gets, into the more dynamic land, and then you start getting into the 2000s. It's fun. It's probably the only thing I could find that really gave me the kind of Scarecrow information I wanted. There's a couple other resources out there. There's a couple other stories out there, yes. But when I was younger, that's why I wanted this, because I wanted more Scarecrow. And I love this cover. We have Scarecrow with the Batman cowl. I think that's really fun. But yeah, unfortunately, this is out of print. I don't know if it's gone back in or out of print. You can probably find it at used at a comic book store, but that's always a kind of a crapshoot. But yeah, it's kind of fun. So that was my on the shelf. We had Batman 66 Volume 5, and we had Batman Scarecrow's Tales, which is the 8 stories in one. 2 kind of random books. We're going to run into those from time to time on my shelf, because I have a lot of random books that I want. The things I want. A little tease, since we did go into Batman, I'll do a little bonus. I did just pick up Adventures of Superman Volume 1 and Road to Rebirth, The Final Days of Superman. These will be appearing on the shelf. It's just going to be a little bit, because we are very early on into Batman. However, my collection of Batman trades is very large. However, a lot of them are arcs. So once we get a little bit farther along, we're going to hit massive arcs that will go through all the volumes that all fit into one story. So I hope you guys are excited for that. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.